All right, y'all, welcome on back. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're treating yourself well because you're worth it. Today we're going to be doing a boss run for Act 1, and that's it. I think we've shown the levels in Act 1 enough, so now we're just going to go through each boss. I may talk a little bit about each boss as we do it, but yeah, we're going to be just cutting to each boss. Now, I have gone through and I have worked on my build a little bit. So, double knives is now my main focus. You can see it there. And you can see now it has electricity. So, what I've done is I have gotten rid or broken down into the material parts, the soulstone resource, of all of my relics except for the ones I have equipped. So, Banner of Faith, my double knives damage is converted to life. It has a critical chance multiplier, and I get more experience. The critical chance multiplier is extremely important because Tempest, this is our main relic, and that's why I have it leveled up to 4, getting close to 5. I gotta save up a lot more soulstone. But my damage is increased by 24% of my movement speed and converted to lightning. Additionally, critical hits with double knives trigger an electric wave that deals 20% of double knives damage to nearby enemies. So I'm not going to just hit with the enemies or hit the enemies in my area of effect. It's going to expand my normal area with those lightning bolts. All right, and it also, this one gives me a bunch of resistances as well. Remember, Tempest is going to have different little bullet points down here for everyone, just like Banner of Faith is going to as well. Then I have a resistance relic here, level 3, and I do get mana and life with that as well. My fire explosions deal more damage. I don't get slowed down by double knives anymore because when you spin, it usually reduces your movement speed. Exalted Relic, it does more damage but costs more, but I do get mana on kill with this as well, and my critical multiplier chance is also increased. And then this one, the Repeater, which is our secondary damage dealer, deals more damage but also costs more. But remember, that critical damage, that increased critical damage we get from Banner of Faith and Savage Exalted Relic are extremely important because that's what's going to help us with Electric Wave. All right, so let's get stuck in, and the next time you'll see me is when we fight the first boss. All right, here we are in the first boss. I can see all that damage that we're doing to these space enemies. They are nothing to me now that I have leaned in to this one build. And that's what the designers kind of want you to do, I feel, is leaning into a build. They have said that they don't want the game to feel grindy. And it really was there to me at the beginning, and I even mentioned that when I was fighting the Wraith, that the game felt really grindy. Now, I have gone back, and the Wraith is still, like, one of my grindiest fights, I feel. But, yeah. And you can see I'm not really using a lot of mana, and that's because I've been taking the mana reduction cost bonuses. And that's very important in this build. Alright, let's keep moving on, and I'll see you at the next one. Alright, we're back, and we're at the Merchant. Now again, I've been taking mana reduction, bonus to elemental damage, and movement speed, because movement speed increases our lightning, and, you know, boy just went down. That's how quick it is. When you start focusing on a build, when you start leveling up your relics, that's what happens. Like, I'm not even going to pay attention to what relic I'm picking because there's nothing new for me at this level. Yeah, skill speed up for Actually, no, let's take it for Infernal Barrage. And, ooh, cooldown. Yeah, let's say cooldown. Alright, let's get going. Alright, y'all, here we are. The Starved Beast, I think this one is. And again, I've been taking movement speed, damage up. I have taken up some mana and health. But I've been trying to farm as much gold as I can. I've been lucky. I've gotten like 4 gold goblins, or what are they called in this one? Treasure goblins? I know that's not what they're called, but the Diablo player in me is just going to call them that. Now I do have the temporal bubble so that it slows them down. I really need to work on getting that increased in area. And I do have the bell because it's a nice little drop AoE. Alright, and that's that. Ooh, mana cost down. Very, very, very important. Alright, and we'll see you at the next boss. Alright, y'all, welcome back. I think we're at the Matriarch here. This fight's going to take a little bit longer. Now, when she does that spit attack, that one, you can just stay close and spin around her. Make sure you get as much physical damage on her as possible, because that's what's going to stun. There we have it. Like I said, leaning into a specific skill build does pay off. Alright, ooh, there we go. More efficient flow. Love to see it. And we're going to take extended warp. You want to increase the area effect of that time dilation. Alright, here we are. I believe this is the Wraith. Yes, it's going to be the Wraith. So this is going to probably be our slowest kill. It just works out that way. The Wraith also doesn't get slowed down by our bubble, and I don't know if that's a glitch, but none of their spells do. Oh my god. Efficiency, mana cost. Ooh. Actually, the repeater is costing us more mana, so let's take that one. As you can see, like, you can't see my mana ticking down too much until I'm really into it. So I've been like spinning for a long time. And with this guy, unless he's doing his big bolt like that, you can more or less stay close to him. Because his, yeah, and you can see the bolts. Their starting impact is away from his body. Now let's clear these guys out. And so if you're right up on his body, those things can't hit you. See, look, the slow doesn't work on him. Or his projectiles. See, not getting hit. So it's a way you can cheese this boss. If the devs watch this video or any videos that point it out, they may patch that out. I don't know why it's dashed there. Yeah, there you go. Alright. And we'll see you on the next one, which I think is the head cutter, I believe. Alright, y'all, final boss time for Act 1. Or I believe it is. I believe this is the head cutter. Let's find out. Now, we didn't see the video because in testing my build, I did run into the head cutter. So, cutscene, unfortunately, is not going to be played for us. I am sorry about that. My deepest apologies. Head cutter's pretty straightforward. Ignore his big attacks. Like that. It's fairly slow. Stick on him. He's going to summon these spawn points and these fire, like, meteor or whatever shots. But you can see by the time we get here, by focusing on our relics and leveling those relics up, and focusing on one or two skills, like me, the repeater and the whirlwind, or the, double knives. Oh, you got a hit in. But yeah, you can see we're plugging away on damage. By the time we get here, we're pretty strong. Not super strong. I do not know if the double knives build is the best. Got stuck on those stalagmites. Yeah, my mana's not really draining. Take care of our little ads here. We can tank some of that area damage because we have conviction. Yeah, so my skill tree just looks like a straight shot down to get to the relic upgrade. So I have more room in my relic stash, or not my stash, but how many I can hold on my person, how many I can equip. And then I went into mana, and of course time, so I could have more time during a run. And that's pretty much it. I did keep the red door, but yeah, I quickly ran out of points because I wasn't grinding levels. I was just focusing on getting a build done, so I wasn't here like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and grind. I'm just gonna go long enough until I can get double knives where I want it to go. Because I knew I wanted to lean into double knives. I mean, it's spin to win. Who doesn't like spin to win? But like I said, I don't know if double knives is the strongest ability or not. In the early game, at least. It might be repeater. It might be the bell, you know? Alright. Now, I have not beat him. When I ran into him, I just stopped. I fought him, like, halfway down.
Essa foi pra cada canudês desgarrado. Que Deus cuide das suas almas e o diabo da tua.
Alright, let's see. Reflexes converted into lightning. That might be interesting.
Você voltou, compadre?
Aquela criatura parecia o próprio cramunhão.
Deus me livre e guarde.
Vasculhei esse porão todo, mas nada de encontrar o conselheiro.
Minha fé te acompanha, compadre. Nós encontraremos.
Que diabos é isso?
Alright, Act 2 opens up a new door. And like I said before, we'll go into that in the next video. So take care of yourself. Cheers.